up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonrami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today's video is going to be a free-to-play Pure Saiyans showcase slash experiment slash trial. Usually when people do showcases, they like to show the units in their best situation, their best environment, so that they can do spectacular things and show off the unit. I want to do that, but I want to do it in a more dire situation. So we're going to be taking a free-to-play Pure Saiyans team into the Legendary Goku event. This is unfortunately not the first try. Usually when I title thumbnails or, make these videos, I tend to put first try because for those videos, those recordings are indeed the first attempts. Unfortunately, this one is not the first attempt, I gotta be honest. This is the third one, and the reason is because taking this particular team onto the Legendary Goku event is really difficult. All of these units are free to play, barring Vegeta, which is the friend unit, but that's legal within the terms of service of the J-Fantas school of free to play. The friend unit can be whatever. But the units that I'm bringing are all stackers in some form or fashion, and they all need to be constantly stacking. So what you're going to see in this video is a run that I did, and it was really, really tough to juggle all of these moving pieces. So let's start with the Kid Broly. Raises attack and defense, causes supreme damage to the enemy, medium chance of stunning. Also has a pretty decent passive, attack and defense plus 70%, disables enemy guard, medium chance of evading enemies' attacks. Deliver the final blow to recover 20% HP. That is an underrated passive that is quite rare, honestly. So I don't think too many units have this. I believe the new Zamasu Goku Black unit has it, but not for healing. I think it's a stat boost. I think the only other unit in the game that can do this healing upon destroying an enemy, I believe, is there's a cell, there's an SR cell out there somewhere, and then the free-to-play physical Hachiyak. Both of those units, I believe, also have the heal upon destruction passive, and we'll see how this works. Since you're doing the Legendary Goku event, you have the opportunity to actually take out the Goku and then heal a little bit, which is nice, especially when you're trying to go for no item runs, or if you're just trying to conserve your items until the final few stages. It's pretty nice. VEGETA RADITZ is the other unit in question. They also got their easy A, raises attack, causes supreme damage, lowers enemy attack. This is interesting. As I was doing this event, you're going to see that his super attack arsenal is actually quite effective. So because he does not have a defensive stacking mechanic into his kit, he actually makes up for it with his nerfing power, and his passive is just ridiculous. Attack and defense plus 70%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 20%, and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% per Pure Saiyan category ally attacking in the same turn, so up to 30% more. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when there's another joined forces category ally attacking in the same turn. Unfortunately, the second half of that passive is not going to be used here because we are running free-to-play Pure Saiyans. There are no joined forces except for the Vegeta and Raditz, which is weird because you would think that the Exchange Goku and Gohan are joint forces, but because they're exchanged, they're fighting separately, so there's really not much of a cooperative mentality there. It's all isolation. So there is no joint forces, only Pure Saiyans. And in the World Tournament, Kale and Caulifla, free-to-play units, raise attack and defense. They're really, really good. They also, I believe, gain an additional attack when they're together, which makes them very effective. And, of course, the two defensive stackers, so we've got the Shugesh and the Exchange Goku. Now, the reason why this team can cause problems is because looking at this right now, it looks very good, right? Everyone's stacking, everyone's going to be getting stronger by the time you get to the final stage. You're going to kill it, right? Wrong. The problem here is when you're taking a team of stackers, you only really want 4 stackers. You want to have 4 stackers because you can have 2 units on the first rotation and 2 units on the second rotation, constantly going, constantly grinding, constantly stacking. With the third unit, the floating unit, being one that sits out every 2 or 3 turns. The problem here is that every single unit needs management every other turn, but you can only afford to have 2 units stay on rotation each time. You're going to obviously want to have the Kale and Caulifla on one rotation, and since we're trying to showcase the Broly and the VEGETA RADITZ, you're going to want to have them on the other rotation, leaving the other 3 spots for the Exchange Goku, Shugesh, and the Friend unit, all of whom raise defense. So what's great about this is that the Goku and the Shugesh both raise their defense by 30% because they are solely focusing on one dimension of stacking, which is defense. So each time that they do it, they do raise their defense by 30%, as opposed to these other units who raise their stats by 20%. With the exception of the Raditz. Raditz does raise his attack by 30% for just the attack. So having those guys rotate off is going to be bad, but it's not that bad because they at least gain a little bit more each time they use their attack. So that kind of help evens out, but unfortunately, in the end, you're going to see that this team does not have the legs to go the distance, but they do put up a pretty decent fight, and this guy right here really gets strong by the end. You're going to see that. This Vegeta and RADITZ get really strong, they are very good. Prepare to witness free-to-play pure Saiyans. Not the first try. We do use some items, but enjoy this experimental showcase. Let's go!
to get serious.